The time is 3:30. Good afternoon. Here is the state news on OGBC. My name is Titilope Awobajo. First, the major items. Government is reassuring of effort to empower police force, just as it informs of plan to construct more housing units. Muslims charged to imbibe the habit of perseverance. The government has reassured of its continuous efforts to empower the Nigeria Police Force and other security agencies with the necessary machinery towards achieving a formidable security architecture in the Gateway State. Governor Dapo Abiodun renewed the commitment on Thursday while playing host to the new Commissioner of Police, Mr. Larry Ogunlowo at Okemoson, Abeokuta. Governor Abiodun, who charged CP Ogunlowo to step up the fight against cultism, which has been a major challenge in the state, urged him to partner other security agencies in order to sustain the gateway's position as one of the safest states in the country. He also asked CP Ogunlowo to deploy strategies that would beef up the security of lives and property before, during, and after the youth out to ensure that the residents celebrate without fear. In a remark, the new police force promised to synergize with other sister agencies to achieve a desired safer state. As the 2025 budget defense by ministries, departments, and agencies closed this Friday, the Ministry of Finance has proposed the sum of 11 billion naira as the total expense next year. The Commissioner for Finance, Mr. Dapo Kubadejo, represented by the Permanent Secretary, Mr. Adeshin Towolawi, said the objective of the budget is to formulate financial policies and regulations that will facilitate the achievement of government's revenue, fiscal objectives, and sound management of state finances. A breakdown of the financial record showed the ministry is expected to generate 17.3 billion naira for the coming year. Earlier, the Budget and Planning Ministry, led by the Commissioner, Mr. Laulu Olabinto, proposed 235 billion naira as total expenditure, with 883.1 million naira earmarked for capital expenditure and 1.4 billion naira for recurrent expenditure. The Ministry of Culture and Tourism, through its Committee on Finance and Appropriation, led by Assemblyman Musefiu Lamidi, informed that the ministry will be spending 1.5 billion naira, while it is expected to generate 67.3 million naira. According to him, the budget proposal is aimed at putting in place and upgrading various tourist centers and cultural values. In furtherance of its efforts in delivering affordable housing, the government, through the State Ministry of Housing, has informed of plans for the construction of a total of 255 housing units in different locations across the state, including Kobape Phase 4, GRA Phase 2, and Aviation Village Phase 2. The Commissioner for Housing, Jagmolu Jamiu Omoni, made this known while taking turn to defend the 2025 budget proposal of the ministry and that of the State Housing Project Appropriation, led by Assemblyman Will Lamidi at the Assembly Complex Okemoson Abeokuta. Jakumolu Omoniyi explained that the additional housing projects were born out of the vision of the Governor Dapo Abiodun-led administration to provide housing solution to their needs and other decent income earners, while further controlling housing development and growth rate away from city centers. Given an analysis of the 2025 budget proposal on housing projects, the Commissioner explained that the sum of 8.153 billion naira was the total expenditure, consisting of 704.9 billion naira for recurrent expenditure, while capital project would drop 7.44 billion naira. He added that the total budget proposal for the State Ministry of Housing was 6.28 billion naira, consisting 4.49 capital projects, while 1.78 billion for recurrent expenditure in the next fiscal year. Also defending the budget proposal for the State Housing Corporation, the General Manager, Estate Surveyor Wale Ojo, informed that the agency is proposing the sum of 5.766 billion naira as total expenditure for next year, noting that this included 4.9 capital projects and 800 recurrent expenditure, with 8 billion naira expected as revenue to government coffers for the period. Other agencies that defended their budget proposals before the state lawmakers included the State Ministries of Works and Infrastructure, Agriculture, Ministry of Urban and Physical Planning, as well as Bureau of Lands and Survey, amongst others. They're listening to the state news on OGBC 90.5 FM. Those seeking knowledge should imbibe the habit of perseverance. Imam Abdurazak Ajibade gave the charge in a sermon at a mosque in Ibarra Housing Estate this Friday. He cited the journey of Prophet Musa and Khidir as an example, noting that Prophet Musa would have learnt more from Khidir, a man full of divine wisdom, if he had been patient enough. Explaining that there are many lessons in the journey of the two, Imam Ajibade urged students and apprentices to be calm, patient, in order to gain impactful knowledge. The 70th Annual Islamic Conference, Jalsa Salana, holds on Saturday at the Ahmadiyya Ground, Ilaro. Speaking at a news conference to herald the event, the national president, Ahmadiyya Muslim Jamaat of Nigeria, Alhaji Alatoye Abdulaziz, informed that the activities will begin this Friday and end on Sunday. According to him, a theme, and he have sent thee Muhammad narration, which is very instructive, as Prophet Muhammad is humanity's noble specimen and perfect model in beauty, beneficences, as well as leadership for personal and national reformation and development. At a news conference heralding the annual conference, the national president of Ahmadiyya Muslim Jamaat made it known that President Bola Tinubu, the governor Prince Dapo Abiodun, and other eminent Nigerians, as well as Islamic scholars, are expected at the program, which will feature Quranic recitation, praises of Prophet Muhammad, world leaders of the Ahmadiyya community, among others. He used the occasion to call government attention to the economic hardship being experienced by Nigerians and urged the authorities to take drastic steps to cut the cost of governance. The exchange of hampers, cards, and wearing of Christmas hats and caps, which are usually common during the period, seem to be on the low this year as Christmas is less than 1 week. This, according to the respondents in the Vox Pop conducted by OGBC staff reporter Yinka Ojekunle, could be attributed to the economic situation in the nation. According to Mr. Olaoluka Alejayi, Mr. Adeoye Kuyoro, Mrs. Iyabo Onifade, and Mrs. Tosin Akowo, though the spirit of Christmas is in the air, but people's morale is low. They acknowledged the fact that some people will still appreciate those who have been good to them since the beginning of the year by sending out hampers, but this may not be as much as before. Respondents said giving out gifts to one another forms a central part of Christmas, with many families dedicating a lot of time to their custom. They, however, explained that technology had made the exchange of cards unnecessary since they can do same online through WhatsApp messages, which is much cheaper and faster than the age-long paper cards. Christmas is here again, the season of joy, love, and togetherness. But as the world rushes to fill the halls, shops for the perfect gifts and plan the next big celebration, have we paused to ask ourselves, what does Christmas truly mean in today's fast-changing world? To answer this question and shed more light on the true meaning and celebration of Christmas, tune in to OGBC 90.5 FM as we host the state pastor and district overseer of the Foursquare Gospel Church, Reverend Jonathan Koliade, on a program Sunday Morning Live on FM. Reverend Koliade will be in our studios to share his insights on the spiritual essence of the season and reflects on how we can celebrate Christmas with greater meaning and purpose in today's ever-changing world under the celebration, the true meaning of Christmas in a changing world. You can join the conversation from 8:30 to 9:30 a.m. when you tune in to OGBC 90.5 FM and by calling our hotlines 0803 437 9453 and 0815 or through our social media platforms as well as on the Radio Garden. A call has gone to Nigerians, especially motorists, to be cautious on the road and drive carefully this route out. The Onimepo of Imekoland, Oba Benjamin Olanite, made the call in his Christmas and New Year message to all Nigerians Obalanite, who admonished the people to embrace the principles of love, humility, and giving to the less privileged, which the breath of Jesus Christ signifies. Advice and moderation should be watchword of all, while welcoming members of the Celestial Church of Christ to Imeko City for their annual retreat. The monarch urged them to be careful on the road and take note of traffic signals indicating the sharp bends. The Onimeko of Imeko land, who prayed for journey mercies to and from their various destinations, wished all a Merry Christmas and prosperous 2025. Now that the Hamatan is here, this is from acts capable of causing fire outbreaks. To end that state news, another look at the major items. While playing host to the State New Commissioner of Police, Mr. Larry Glowo at Okemoson, Governor Dapo Abiodun renewed commitment to empower the Nigerian police force to achieve formidable security architecture in the state. The State Minister of Housing during 2025 budget proposal at Okemoson this Friday said it plans to construct a total of 255 housing units in different locations in the state to further control housing development and growth rate from city center. You also heard that in a Jumat sermon at Tibara Housing Estate Mosque this Friday, Imam Abdurazak charged to imbibe the habit of perseverance and learn from those who know better than them. The state news was edited by Isola, broadcast from OGBC at Beokuta. For exclusive programs and the latest news updates, visit our website on radio. You can also listen to OGBC on the Radio Garden.